All right, guys, so Carlos wants to understand how SKUgrid works. So I'm going to show him, and we figured we'd do a video about it. So
Yeah. Hello. He says it's super easy, and he was like laughing at me like, dude, you're overthinking this. But
Oh, no, I say that because Carlos is really good with Excel spreadsheets. And like, SKUgrid is literally just a piece of software that looks at a spreadsheet. That's all it does a little bit more than that, but like, there's really not a whole lot more to it than that.
it may be like easy to understand, kinda. But at first, yeah, I don't know what's going on. So let's
Alright.
see.
First, I'm gonna make some
Okay,
of these.
first of all, you did this or SKUgrid did this?
This is SKUgrid's database.
So
I have done nothing to this. Every single person who has a SKUgrid account has one of these files.
Why? What's the
Ha-
goal? Why do you have it?
Okay,
See, your brain.
okay, SKUgrid is a database.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
It's a database of your items for sale
Okay.
and where they're being purchased from.
Yeah.
So how do you think SKUgrid
Yeah. They.
saves that data? How do you think they
Yeah.
store that data?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, in a spreadsheet.
This spreadsheet.
This.
Literally, like, okay,
But so is this? So
we go to SKUgrid.
You have Google Docs shared with SKUgrid.
No. This is directly imported from. There's an option in SKUgrid
Okay.
where you click on it. See import export.
Okay.
You click this and then, import.
Why would you
Export
import
CSV.
that? Why would you export that then? Export, import, whatever.
Because like, you want to.
In case something goes bad.
In general, it makes more sense to work with the CSV file than like, okay, whenever you make a change in your SKUgrid account, all you're doing is telling SKUgrid to make a change to the CSV file.
Yeah.
So by working with the CSV file yourself, you're bypassing SKUgrid.
Okay, I get it. So you're making sure everything's gonna be 100% accurate as you want it.
Or you're just adding your items into SKUgrid. Like, you can add things one at a time into SKUgrid,
Wouldn't make sense. Yeah. Wait.
or you could add like 2,500 at once. So,
Okay, but
but you can think about it.
so when you added like your fuck ton of items, you made a spreadsheet exactly the same as the SKUgrid one.
Yes.
So you made
Yes.
X amount of spreadsheets with 2,500 items.
Yes, kind of.
So
I mean,
I-
because I didn't have to make a new spreadsheet. I just I exported my SKUgrid items because there were too many in SKUgrid because I deleted some of my items from eBay. So SKUgrid was still checking those items, but I don't have them for sale anymore.
Yeah.
So it's pointless, right? So I compared my really big SKUgrid database with the items I currently have for sale on eBay. And anything that's on the SKUgrid database but not for sale on eBay is safe to get rid of. So I had to export the whole database, get rid of all the items that weren't for sale anymore, and then add it back.
How did you get rid of the items that are not? How did?
That's because of, so if we look in this, okay, let's talk about this sheet real quick. There's 3 columns that matter way more than anything else.
Okay.
So we have the vendor URL column, right? So we're gonna highlight this in green, theoretically.
It didn't.
Google Sheets is having fun. There we go. Okay, so we have the vendor URL column. This is the source link. This is what SKUgrid looks at to determine, is the item in stock?
Yeah.
What's the price?
Perfect.
Okay. Second, we have the reference. This is just a safeguard, so it's not as important, really.
So that's like the Hydra.
Yeah, that's just a duplicate of the eBay item ID. So really, it's 2 columns, 2 pieces of information that are vital. You have the source, and then you have the item number. This can be used as a direct link to the item for sale on eBay. So whenever you use an API, you specify the number and then the change that you want to make,
Perfect.
right? So SKUgrid is really just, it's a database of your URLs and your links to your eBay items. And it just goes like line by line and You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then all this extra stuff is like, it's like trying to see if it's profitable, and obviously it's not working because every single one of
And
these.
that was you or that was SKUgrid?
No, that's probably because there's something I choose not to provide so that it doesn't use up the credits. Because I don't care what SKUgrid thinks my profit is. I deal with that myself, right? So why should I have SKUgrid tell me
wasting your
and
time
pay it to do that when there's no reason to?
Perfect.
What other questions do you have about it?
So
You seemed very confused by SKUgrid, which is weird to me.
well, yeah, let's go to SKUgrid then. So
Okay.
first of all, how did you got? So let's see that if this was the process.
Uh-huh.
You exported the CSV
Uh-huh.
to your computer or whatever, to your spreadsheet. Then you got rid of items. How did you determine which ones you were gonna get rid
That's
of?
a video I need to do. And actually, Becky, who's coming here in 2 days, is like an Excel god. And
Okay.
she schooled me and showed me how to do that in like 5 minutes. But
Okay, perfect. That's complex.
simply you're comparing the item IDs that are currently live on your eBay account and
Perfect.
eliminating every one
That's
that
not-
isn't on.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, let's say I'm new to SKUgrid.
Uh-huh.
So I go to SKUgrid. We're on SKUgrid right now.
Yeah.
And what the fuck do I do?
Well, honestly, you don't. If things, ideally, you never go to this website. Like, I mean, because SKUgrid works best when it's paired with Hydra Lister. So, when I post an item using Hydra Lister, it then gets added into SKUgrid automatically.
Okay. Perfect.
So that's why like this website's really clunky and slow. And that bothered me at first, but it doesn't really matter that much because I never use it aside from when I'm re-uploading my database.
So, perfect. Okay, okay, now my question is, let's say I don't have Hydra Lister. So I guess you don't have enough experience without Hydra Lister.
I mean, if you don't have Hydra Lister, then there's 2 ways you can add items to
Add single
SKUgrid.
item. You go
You
one by
can
one.
either add, one at a time, which is, there's a button up here, but all it does is if I click it, it just goes to the bottom, see?
Okay,
This area is at the bottom of SKUgrid.
they will ask you for the information you need. There,
Yep.
boom, boom, boom.
And it only asks you for those 2 things, because once you have those, I mean, there's other fields you can put here, but
Supplier's item link required.
yeah,
That's like Walmart.
Yeah, that is the really important one. You add that, and then
Your reference
the
ID, what
compare
does
to
that?
item link.
Your reference ID, what's
I
that?
have no idea. It's just like a number that you can put in. You don't have
It's
to put in.
optional, okay.
The only thing you actually need is the supplier's item link, and then
the link to your item on eBay.
yes, exactly, yeah.
Other stuff, it's like okay,
Yeah,
maybe if
it'll
you have different
calculate.
color and you wanna be
Yeah, that's so. It really depends on how.
yeah, you wanna manage your store.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that's that. What's next? Batch options. What the fuck is that?
So batch just means it's similar to multi-item actions. It's just like you want to like
Yeah,
do something to all of your items.
and can you select a piece of them like this and that one and that?
Not with batch options. You have batch is things that you do to everything.
Okay.
Then multi-item actions
Oh, there we
is you can select everything on the page.
Can you
that
select
kind of thing.
can you select the first item and the last one in this page, for example, right now to see?
Can I select the first and
Yeah,
the
to
last?
see. I mean to specifically. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Perfect. So yeah, you do X or Z. So when you want to put a fixed price on an item, like
Uh-huh.
you reprice all your items
Yeah.
in certain way.
Uh-huh.
How do you command that? You go to batch options and put your.
Wait, so you're saying you want to turn the repricer off for a specific item?
No, you wanna like for example, let's say you have a method where if the item is $100, you want to go 2 times that, or if so
Okay.
you would reprice it to 200 on eBay, or if it goes to $150, you go to 300.
Okay.
Or if you etc. So how do you exactly tell SKUgrid do this, do that?
How do
please?
you set up your pricing formula?
Yeah.
Okay. That is under settings.
For example, you have a rule where if the item is less than I don't remember how much, $20,
Mm-hmm.
you like add like a fixed $20.
A fixed, yeah, I have a minimum markup.
For which items and how did you told that to SKUgrid?
1 second. I can't show. Oh, all right, I did it. Sweet. All my information was at the top. Okay, so
But
so that's this right here.
buy
This
now
price
formula.
formula.
Okay. So
So you can click here to switch to the wizard view.
so that's
And then
like a,
this is the thing you're talking about. This is actually out of date. It's weird. Oh, that's because the wizard is what you use to create the formula, and then the actual formula here. So this will show you what the formula does. Like, so we want something that if it's a $10 cost item,
on the supplier
yeah,
part.
then, and when I say the cost of an item, I'm talking about the cost plus shipping.
Perfect. Okay.
Because like in my head, cost means cost to acquire.
Yeah.
So I won't always include sales tax because that varies a lot and it's usually pretty small, but I'll always include shipping. So we're going to show how the minimum markup gets applied, right? This should be 20, right?
Okay. And why 20? You have a fixed price 20 when
Yeah, so I have a 40% markup unless that increase isn't at least $10.
oh sweet.
So it will do whichever is more. So I earn more money off of cheaper sales than I do off of like $30, $40 sales.
Okay.
Because both of those, I don't remember when because you can think of it as a graph, right? As you get higher, you get closer to the point where 1.4 becomes more of an increase than $10.
Yeah.
Right? But it's somewhere like 30, 40, $50
Wait,
that
so
that starts happening.
Let's do an example. If the item is $50,
Huh.
so you have a 1.4 markup, right?
50. Yeah, so
What-
$50 would use the
20?
1.4 markup.
1.4 would be
$20.
Yeah, there we go. Oh. So you're getting their eBay fee, you're getting the PayPal fee.
Yeah, I'm covering.
Reluctant.
I don't. A lot of people want to. They fill out every single field and they keep track of all of that. But if you just use a higher, like if you use a 40% markup, you'll always cover your PayPal
Yeah,
fee, your
because-
eBay fee, and all that. So
Usually you get like a 15% on fees approximately, like.
yeah, roughly 15%. That doesn't include tax though. So
Yeah.
generally with items 1.2, like 1.25 is the break-even point. Anything less than that, and you're going to be losing money. So 1.3, you can earn a little bit of money, but not really. Then 1.4, you're earning a little bit of profit,
Okay.
or a decent amount of profit.
Yeah, it's like yeah. You don't care about how much competition is. You just,
I never look at competition at all.
That's, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So you made like this formula. You made like two formulas then. If profit less than 10, then
And set to 10.
boom.
Yeah.
10
Yeah, so
bucks.
you can, if you actually look at this formula here,
So that's how did you do that? Sorry.
so since Hydra Lister and SKUgrid are the same company, I just,
Really?
yeah. You didn't know that? That's why they're meant to be used together.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But since I made the formula on Hydra Lister, and then you just copy and paste it, right? Because if you have a different formula on Hydra Lister, then your items get posted, and then like they get set to one price, and then SKUgrid just changes it. So it makes sense to have them be the same.
Okay.
Otherwise, right?
Perfect. So if I'm not using Hydra Lister and I want to have these two scenarios,
Mhm.
and you don't know how to do that specifically on SKUgrid only.
Well, no, you would switch to Wizard View here,
Okay.
and then say that. So what do you want?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, cool. Selling other fees. I don't know what the fuck that is. Fixed margin. That's what you did for the items in scenario 1.
Yeah, so you would use this to then create the thing. It would just repopulate this thing here. Does that
cool.
make sense?
Yeah. So then you apply that. How do you apply? So if you are on batch option kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
and you did this.
Oh, this changes your base settings. This is not specific to certain items. So, like, generally, you can't, as far as I know with SKUgrid, you have to have one pricing format for everything. That's not entirely true. Like, you can have a specific formula for each supplier, but you can't,
Each
as far as
supplier.
each supplier, yeah. As far as I know, you can't have different price formulas for different items.
Okay, my
from
question.
the
Okay,
same
this is
supplier.
an interesting question. I think. Let's get into Marc's method, sniper method.
Okay.
So, he says you need to undercut number one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play with that rule. So let's say item is $100 on eBay. So you're gonna put $99 on the item.
Okay.
So let's say I wanna keep that going, and okay, wait.
You can't do anything about that in SKUgrid. SKUgrid cannot pay attention to competition. It doesn't have that ability.
Okay. Because DSGene is gonna build a repricer tool kind of thing in the future. How would you approach that? Like, let's say I undercut this guy, $99, and the item was 50. Let's say, easy numbers, $50 the item, right? The seller is selling it at $100. I put $99
Yeah.
on the item. Let's say item goes to $51 bucks price. So I would reprice. Like, how would that work?
You could do that. The thing is, you would have to know if the software looked at, let's use that example where there was a $100 item
Yeah.
being sold by the competition, and you priced it for $99, so you undercut them. The software would have to look. It would have to know what the current price is, and then look at the price difference and make a formula unique to that item, and then catch that the price changed, and then apply that formula.
Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
it's doable. It's definitely doable. But
way more complex.
yeah, I mean,
It's math for a computer. I think it's not that
yeah, it would be like, it's doable,
cool.
definitely.
Let's see. So, for example, could I have that scenario one would be that like it reprices with this weird formula we just talked about. Then number two, we have Jack. If profit is if Mark how do I say it? The $10 thing. How do you say it? 10%?
The minimum markup.
The minimum markup of $10. So that's scenario two. Let's say.
Yeah.
And now scenario three would be the 1.4 markup that you have for the rest of your items.
Yep.
So could you apply X, Y, Z to your items? So I want X scenario for these items. I want Z scenario. That's what you do.
Not with SKUgrid.
Not with SKUgrid.
No. The reason I can have the 1.4 and the minimum markup is because you can make a math formula that includes both of those, but it's still one formula.
Holy
Does that make
fuck.
sense?
Yeah.
Because you're just like, use whatever's greater, 1.4 times base price or $10 increase times base
So
price.
which do you think it's more simple? What I just said, like have three scenarios and you can apply to specific items that you want to apply X or Y or Z?
Yeah, in an ideal repricer, you would just have like, you would be able to select your items and click, do I want pricing format A, B, C, D, E, whichever
makes
ones
sense,
you'd
right?
already set up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's
But I think it's also like,
way easier.
SKUgrid is like, fuck. Whoops. I gotta fix that. I
You're
just
gonna-
showed them all of my keys.
You're gonna have to blur. Okay,
Yeah.
what minute are we in? So you know which.
Yeah, good point.
Holy shit, 19 minutes
Yeah.
approximately. This is pretty far, like a pretty long video.
It's okay. It's conversation videos, so people like those.
Cool. I always worry about. I don't know if I'm going.
You worry about everything, man. I think you should, instead of saying worry, you should say I think about. Because worry means that you think something's going to go wrong, whereas thinking about it just means you're aware that it's a variable that exists.
I'm trying to
right?
control. Yeah. Everything that I can as good as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't go crazy like holy shit. Okay, you're laughing could be because I go crazy.
No, I don't think you go crazy. I think with time, you'll tone it down and then have like a happy medium. You know?
The thing is, I don't like to. For example, I need to keep track of my profits. I think you don't do that. Like
Nope. I don't do that at all.
Fuck, dude.
I literally just like, because for me it's all about time spent, and like I have to know how much I've
like
profited in order to pay my taxes, but aside from that, like that's it. Like I don't have to know how much money I've made unless I'm trying to convince people that I'm worth listening to. Like there's no other reason to.
Well, to invest in other things, to have control of how much you're earning, so how much you can spend.
Yeah, but I don't have any interest in investing, because like I want to learn how to bootstrap income, which means how you make income without having any money in the first place. Because as I come into more money, it's going to be easy for me to make money, but that's not going to be knowledge that is useful to my viewers because they don't have money yet.
Holy
Does that make
shit,
sense?
Jack. You're amazing, dude.
Oh man.
Okay, but yeah, that's why I worry, because at the time I'm on that level. Like I haven't still skyrocketed because I got my
I
account
mean,
limited.
it makes a lot more sense with like DS Genie and having smaller margins. You have to
Know
keep
what's
track.
going on.
Yeah, whereas I know that my sales are profitable. The variable is whether I will make enough sales to pay my eBay bill. And that I always have, you know? So I know that it's more about not spending too much of my money, because that's the thing that puts me behind. It's not like I've had a month where I haven't had enough sales to pay my bill. I've always, even when I rarely posted bulk items, I was able to make my eBay bill. The thing is that I would spend the money on things, and then that led to me being unable to make my bill.
Okay, like when you purchased the Grind Camp ticket.
Exactly, yeah. When I purchased this laptop and the Grind Camp ticket, I took $2,000 out of my cash flow.
Holy shit.
So that's why I was uncertain whether I would make my eBay bill. It's not that the sales don't pay for it. It's that I took other money out. And back when I was in the States, like, I needed food. Things would go wrong. Sometimes my friends would get in scenarios, and I had a bunch of cash flow so I could help them. And, like,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
And I know in my head, if it's because I think I'm able to do that because I have a good amount of self-control. So I know that I will not spend money unless I absolutely have to. So therefore, I can trust not tracking it, because I know that if this doesn't work, then it wouldn't have worked anyway. Like, I have to. I'm doing the best that I possibly can.
Oh, I love that.
You know,
I love
so
that thought. It's like, I don't really spend money. Like, I will have to spend on a fucking computer now.
Yeah.
I will have to. I will have to pay for my goods here. I have to pay for things we need in the house.
Yeah.
But that's it. Maybe I pay for the meal of the pretty girl around here. Just saying. But besides that, there's nothing I spend on. But I have zero.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, shit, I'm burning my savings, dude. I'm burning my savings. I haven't made the course. I haven't got my account to start. I'm not posting in your account like too much yet.
Yeah. It'll be okay.
Well, yeah.
Do you have? Okay, we need to.
Way too long.
No, it's not too long. We just need to. We've not been talking about SKUgrid. So is there anything else that you are confused about or want to learn about SKUgrid?
That's probably a shit ton more things, but I think this is.
That's fine. Don't scroll up all the way.
Oh.
Okay.
Did it?
No, you're good.
Okay, subscription is like blah blah blah. Can I click that?
Yeah, it's just gonna open up.
Affiliates.
Go to the new page. It's just gonna.
Here.
This is actually worth talking about for the viewers, because so SKUgrid doesn't have it presents itself to you like it's a monthly fee.
Okay.
That's not actually how it works. It works based on credit usage. So the way that they sell it to you is that, like, see these per month.
Yeah.
That means that you'll get charged $60 per month on the same day.
If you were reach that amount of credits.
No, it has not. They set this day up, and then every 15th of the month, 500,000 credits get added into your account. So you're buying those credits.
Yeah.
So it is a monthly thing, But that's only if you know exactly how many credits you use.
So for example, the most basic one is like 29.99 per month.
Yeah,
So-
but really that's just 250,000 credits for $30.
So they give an example: 1,000 items checked every 3 hours.
Yeah,
So that's pretty good for any basic store.
yeah.
So that pretty much people are paying $30 approximately to SKUgrid.
Uh-huh. I think that's if you don't have compare items checked, so it could be a little bit more. But
Compared items.
compare items, yeah.
What's that?
So you can have SKUgrid check. Honestly, I don't know what it does aside from when you're in your file. There's a link to your eBay item. Like, this is just a number that can be used to construct a link, if that makes sense. Whereas I think the compare item just like adds a direct link to the eBay item. So right now I have to copy this number and then go ebay.com/item and then paste it.
Okay.
So it kind of takes away that work, if that makes sense. 10 available, 1 sold, but this is out of stock. Oh, it's because it's... Okay, sorry, I was confused by that. I don't actually know what compare items does, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So,
What the fuck are these?
oh, see? By how
Oh,
much?
buy box, never mind. This is some other setting, I don't...
By how much you want to undercut the competitor's price? See, that's like DS Genius style.
Yeah, you'd have to add in the competitor's item link.
Oh yeah, so
For it
there's
to
an
do
option
that.
to go DS Genie mode.
Yeah, that's because this is buy box. Buy box is like a separate thing. I don't really understand what it is.
Okay, it's okay.
Bum bum.
Well,
Anything else?
Yeah, probably I have more, but right now I'm like
Good for now.
bored now.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Check out Carlos's channel, by the way. There's a link in the description.
Se habla español.
Yeah, that's true. It's all in Spanish, so if you know Spanish, good for you. Ciao.